my work think through, my work planner. Now, everything is always changing a lot at work. A lot is unknown and up in the air. I guess tis the life of a corporate America job. But I thought I would still share what I had intended to use this year and what I did not and why, and kind of think through more of this with you. So I'm going to start out by what I intended to use, what I ended up using, and some of the thought process behind it. So I hope you do stick around, grab a drink, grab some coffee, and we'll go through this together. So this is a desk agenda cover from Louis Vuitton. I bought around this time last year as my Christmas birthday present to myself. I get one little Christmas birthday for myself every year. My birthday's the week of Christmas, and that's why I say that. Also, one of the reasons why I love Christmas so much, reminds me of my birthday, and vice versa. So this desk agenda, I had set up this half letter. Let's see, it's sliding back, and I had started a new job, and I had a year overview. I think these are the only pages I didn't take out. I took the rest out that weren't, I don't know, I didn't necessarily, can't really share. But I had a year overview. The intention was to remember like high level, big milestones that I needed to prepare for, or reminders. And work just moves so fast. And the pace, this just did not, the good intentions, the pace was just too much. So this is a Gantt chart for like projects, but even that, this is from Cloth and Paper, but it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And our projects last really, really long sometimes, depending. Always things happening. You know, a checklist was great. I did use that, but again, I don't know, I also partially went through like a bit of a depression period, and I just, the motivation was just low. I had one goal to get into school and start and do well within the role, and things were just moving so fast that I didn't get to really build out the system the way I wanted, which is okay. And you know, I'll probably just repurpose the discs and the dividers for something. The good thing about the pages is they weren't dated, so I can reuse them. So I don't know if I'm gonna turn this into a home planner now that we bought a house, or what I intend to use it for. But that was what I thought I would use. And I set that up and I started to use it a little bit, but it just didn't jive. Now, what I did use was a Stalogy, and I used 2 of these per year. But still, this had a, again, my head just wasn't in the right place. I want to set up a better system. Like, so for example, if this was a day, I'd like to do a, let's see, where's the next page? I started to think about it. So to figure out if it was, since it's a grid, I could do week of whatever, and maybe fold it over, and have like to-dos for the week, but then every day it's either like a to-do, today, this week, and then notes, because I could just, learn something and want to refer back to it. And then you put, priorities, email, something. And then, but I want a structure. Like I can't really share some of this information, but I wish I could, and it would help maybe explain some of my thought process a little bit. But I want to be able to do, maybe not this week, it's like a summary or like a top 5, something where it's broken down by, I know I have to-dos here, I know I can look back at something good here, and I know I can look back over notes here. So then maybe it's week of Jan 2 something, and then it would be Tuesday, and then to-dos, and depending, and maybe you cross it out or you rewrite it over. So I tend to, if I do it, I cross it out. If it's moved to another page, I do a slash. Or, if it's not needed, I'll just do a scribble. So I do write in it quite a bit. I just need to find a better method of coming back and then, I'm thinking like maybe I can look back to the week of if I want to find notes from a meeting. So I'll have maybe to-dos are just like this, and there's a lot, and then either summary or notes down here, and then I can do that every day. Right, and then maybe it's another day, and then a date, right, and then a summary. But I want to be able to have a same template that is cookie cutter, and it makes a little more sense. If I refer back, I know exactly where to look for to-dos, where to look for summaries, and part of it is just, trial and error with how fast things move. I need a better system in the computer, a better system writing down, and anything can change at a moment's notice. So I don't know what that is. So anyway, I want to use my notes better. So I'm probably rambling a little bit. So I know this didn't work for me. It didn't serve the need. But I did get this half year, maybe for milestones or something big. But it is only the half year. So it goes from January to June. And there's a lot of note pages in the back. I could have 15, 16 meetings a day. So I'm not going to put meetings in here. So, but maybe I could do, a due date or reminders or something that it's like a little bit cleaner to see. And then maybe the notes, like permanent notes, go in here or something. But I thought it would look really, really pretty to have that tan and gold in this cover because I really want to use it. And since I wasn't using the half letter, I wasn't using it, which is, again, kind of embarrassing. But I feel like I was very, very much in survival mode this year. It's like reminiscent of 2021. Okay, and then a clean Stalogy, A5. These are all A5 sizes, and I have a half year one and a full year. I just didn't know maybe how everything was going to fit in here, so I thought maybe you could do something like this, like the notes on one side and the planner on the other. So it's still, I guess together it's almost like the same. Is that too hard to see? It's like the same width for the two notebooks. So it just doesn't lay the same because one's disc, one's bound. But I like the thought of you open it up and you can still have, you know, a bookmark to, you know, the week and some notes. So you can do, you know, something to hold it together, and then you can go to your notes that you set up and have the system that way. So I think that's what I'm going to do for work this year, or for now, is that vibe. I don't know. We'll see. But at least I said I was going to film more like think-throughs, and you're with me and along for the ride. Let me know what you're thinking. So this is the other half. I like the, you can't, I don't want to say you can't, but it just wouldn't make sense to hold that one in there. It could fall out. So I only kept two because there's two pockets. I suppose there's a third, but that would get super, super clunky. So half year, first half of the year, and just notes. And I think if I were to do this slim one and I have two half years, it would be a little too thin for the cover. There's just all that space, which is probably okay. It just feels a little odd to me. But I'm thinking this is kind of what I might want to do. It would make sense given maybe the nature of work, and if I were to just reach out and get my, oh geez, this was in the latest cloth and paper box. Maybe if I were to, I don't know, put some sticky notes or something, and help fill up the space a little bit. And then that would be good, but then it's hard to write on. So, you know, keep that in mind. I love the cover. It's absolutely beautiful. And maybe it ends up just being a cover for a home planner and work just stays two loose notebooks. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to feel clunky and not worthwhile for how I plan to use it, but maybe it is. But you can see it's the year, it has the whole year even though it's a half. Thin paper, goals. It's just like the B6 Common Planner that I showed when I had my covers, did my unboxing. So we'll see. I do like that it stops at midnight, and so really if work ends, I can write some other things that might be important down here. We'll see. But I wanted to play around with that and see if this would be possible and what that would feel like, what it would look like. But I just find like work planners, like I can't do a ring planner. It's not like I have 1 or 2 meetings a day. I only have 16, and there's barely time to sometimes go to the bathroom in between meetings. So it's just really, really fast paced for a standard planner that we would put like other things in. Anywho, I appreciate you stopping by to listen. I didn't even get into this planner because I could now, but the color's a little off. This time cheese thing is weird. I didn't notice that at first. It's an undated, I believe, Kinbor. So I thought maybe I would use it home for myself. Maybe I would use it for work. But it has these like water glasses, which I'm not going to have in a work planner. So I had this here, but it's really, like, I know it's really not going to be for work. There's not as much space. I don't know. I suppose I could, but again, to date everything for work when it moves so fast and I have to like jump forward and put a date down. If I don't date everything up front, it'll just be a lot. So I'll keep it because I think I never really waste planners. But we'll see how I end up using this, if it serves a purpose. So anything work related, it's basically a Stalogy and the Sterling Ink Common Planner, half years. If they had a full year in brown, I probably would have bought it, but I don't remember seeing a full year in brown, all A5 size. So this fits 2 full-size planners, which is almost like a better thickness, actually. It feels a little more, hardy, sturdy. So it does fit 2 half years and a full year Stalogy if you're looking into the Louis Vuitton desk agenda cover. So that's my work stuff, and we'll see how I end up using it. If it ends up working for me. The cover is just so beautiful. I almost forgot. So I did all of that and then I realized this was sitting to my right. Oh man. So I just did the quick video with the desk agenda cover, and I remember thinking, I was like, I thought I had something else that I thought of using. So this again fits this really nicely. This is a half letter size from Jane's Agenda and Cloth and Paper. So that's good for a home planner. The other option I had for work is this A5 zip from Moterm in this really pretty raspberry color. But again, because it's Moterm and the dialots are always off, this is the same color order as this, believe it or not. I love this. It's very raspberry looking. It looks like pink or red next to this one, but that was the same, believe it or not, a year later, the same color. So I do like this, but it's a zip. And so if I decided to use this for work instead of the desk agenda cover, which if I'm honest with myself, this would probably make way more sense. But this is still the Sterling Ink half year. And then this is a notebook. And then if I have anything that can just be thrown in here, I could, there's room for a pen or a highlighter back there, which I like. You don't have that in this one. But this might be what I end up using now that I'm thinking about it. So all of that to say, maybe I do a zip because I can put still like other work related things in here, which could be kind of fun. Sticky notes, Post-its, you name it. I just really want to be super organized this year. Like I always have been. And that's why like when I say that, I almost stun myself going, wait, what? Right? Like you can't really have this hobby. I don't know. Maybe you have this hobby because you're completely disorganized and you need to be organized, or you just love organization and it's just a fun way to geek out on it. Maybe both. But the more I think about it, like if I zip this up, you'll see how like clean it fits and there's no gap. So I kind of love that aspect of it. So I might, after even all that, I really want to use this. I don't know that I would use it at work as much. But we'll see. I've never used a zip before. I bought it last year with the intention of using it this year. I didn't, but this year was kind of weird. So this might be a work setup for the new year, which is tough. Like you don't start fresh in the new year with work, because, if this was my notebook for this year, I'm still gonna have to like reference this stuff. So we'll figure it out. But I just realized this was behind me. I knew I had wanted to film that, but again, I'm getting used to filming in the new office, the new setup. So I appreciate your patience, but let me know what you think. If you were using Stalogies or down notebooks, would you do a zip? it looks kind of cute. Would you do a zip or would you do the desk agenda? Let me know what your thoughts are. For the time being, I'll zip this up and put the videos together, and I look forward to seeing what your thoughts are, and really appreciate you joining back and hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.